Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame. It's time for another big boss fight today. Yes, today we continue the Four Lords trial series. Little side story. Let's get right to it. Bunshin holds in his hand yet another missive addressed to you. How kind of you to pay us a visit, Dermin. Now I need not summon you. But a moment ago, a certain surly cat returned with another missive addressed to you. See for yourself. Okay. Brave adventurer who stood fast and quelled the raging Aramitama of my comrade, Byakko. The time has come for you to return to Rei-Sen Temple. I presume the auspices of Hell's Lid have need of you once more. If so, give my regards to them and dear Soraban. You got it. Okay, let's just go the fast way. There's plenty to do today. Here we are. Hey, and everybody already gathered for the fight later. Let's not keep them waiting. Headed for the temple or just taking in the wonderful smoky air? Bit of both, but please let me in. Genbu, I'm here. How goes things? Well met, Dermin, well met. But wait, where's the little urchin girl of whom I've grown so fond? It would be remiss of us to proceed without her, would it not? Why not summon her with that trinket of yours, your link pearl? Okay. Tataru. Hello? Dermin, is that you? The turtle would like to see you. Huh? Right now? Very well, if you insist. Okay, she's coming. What wondrous things, these link pearls. Now then, let us wait until your friend arrives. Dermin? Genbu? Ah, good of you to join us, little urchin girl. You know, there is such a thing as running a joke into the ground. It pleases me to inform you that, thanks to your assistance with his training, Soraban's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Ere long, we may count him among our most formidable warriors. Out of curiosity, where is Soraban anyway? Engrossed in a very special exercise, I'm afraid. Trust me when I say he would not want you to see him in his current state. Working up a sweat, no doubt. Glad to hear it. But I called you here not to discuss our Kojin friend. The wards have grown weaker, presaging Koryu's inevitable escape. Before he breaks free, the Four Lords must marshal their strength. And so, Dermin, I must entreat you to quell the raging Aramitama of a dear comrade once more. A fight, is it? That's where our Warrior of Light shines. Who's his opponent this time? See for yourself. She should be joining us shortly. It has been too long, elder brother. Several hundred years by my reckoning. Am I to assume you've kept your silent vigil all this time, Suzaku? Let us not speak of such things. You bade me come hither for another purpose. That I did. Koryu's wards grow weaker by the day, and the calamity he would visit upon us draws nigh. The Four Lords must join their strength together once more. And to that end, this warrior would unburden my tortured soul. Just so. His is a power far surpassing that of mortal men. He is heir to the legacy of Tenzin. Brother, how dare you compare this creature to that shining paragon of virtue, of kindness? You sully his memory. And you dare think yourself his equal, his better. Then I will put you to the proof, and when you fall, it'll be a fate most deserved. Turn back if you'd not have it be so, or join me in misery. Less welcoming than Byakko. Compared to Byakko, she seems much more angry. The Aramitama feeds upon her grief and fuels her rage. She yet mourns a love lost. But it is not my place to speak. Go to her, brave warrior. Learn the truth of her heart. Okay. This I can do. Suzaku. Oh, hang on. Forgive her, my friend. She knows not what she says. Be careful, Derman. I don't think she's gonna go quietly. No, I don't think so. Still, though, I feel we got off on the wrong foot. Hello, I'm Derman. You crave battle, then, even if it brings you your death. Out of duty, you pit yourself against enemies ever stronger. Without hesitation, without fear, you muster your courage and... No, you're not even a pale shadow of his glory. There was but one man fit to wear the mantle of hero, and he has long since passed from this world. If so, then the Ruby Sea will be consumed by Koryu's fiery judgment, and we, her sworn protectors, will have failed in our duty. Is Tenzin's memory so sacred that you would doom this land out of spite? Thanks for stepping in, bud. Oh, Byakko, do you not see? Before I called you brother, I was but a bird who loved a man. Perhaps that was all I was ever meant to be, for I can brook no replacement at my side or in my heart. Not so easily as you. Have you forgotten his final moments? How he fought and died to defeat Koryu? How he sacrificed himself before our very eyes? How dare you ask me that? Every detail is forever seared in my mind's eye, a blackened scar upon my soul. How could I possibly forget? Nor should you. Nor will I forget every day we spent together on the road. But to exalt the past over the present, to live life in mourning and never move on, is to dishonor his memory. How dare you speak to me of dishonor? You who have opened our home to this pretender. I see him plainly, how he's wormed his way into your hearts, mimicking Tenzin's manner, cloaking himself in his scent, seeking to supplant Tenzin in our minds. Listen to yourself, my sister. The Aramitama has driven you to see Oni in the shadows. Let it be quelled before your soul is forever lost. Only to Tenzin will I entrust my soul. Only his love will I accept. I mean, you got nothing to worry about from me. I'm so small. He said, oh, Tenzin. Very well, but I will brook no delay. I will await you in the depths, in my place of mourning, and when it is ended, I shall mourn you too. Forgive her, Derman. She is yet consumed by her failure to save Tenzin all those years ago. Her regret is as a festering wound. The love she bore him gave her strength once. Alas, through it the Aramitama has found purchase in her soul. It feeds on her grief and despair. 'Tis plain that your presence troubles her as well. She senses your blessing. It reminds her of him. There were moments when she looked on you with fire in her eyes. When she gives herself to the Aramitama, she may surrender to her delusions as well. If so, do not be alarmed by what she says. Stand fast and free her from her torment. I got this covered. Be warned, she commands many powers, including the ability to manipulate geomantic currents. Only by remaining observant will you survive. And now we've got ourselves a boss fight to do. As you might have guessed. And a very fun boss fight too. This might be my favorite of the bunch. Let me go ahead and gather up those folks outside. All right, and here they are. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'm very grateful for everyone making time and also being willing to wait for me to get through story things so we can actually queue up and do these fights. Speaking of which, Hell's Kier, or Kier, not sure which. As the return of the Mad Auspice Koryu draws ever closer, Genbu of the Four Lords seeks to marshal his comrade's strength. But while the White Tiger, Byakko, has been restored to his senses, the radiant Suzaku is on the verge of succumbing to the Aramitama. For centuries, she has mourned the fallen Tenzin, and in her boundless grief struggled to accept his loss. What is more, her ascendant Aramitama now clouds her mind and drives her to reject those who would offer her comfort. As before, there is but one way Suzaku can be brought back from the brink of madness. For the sake of the Ruby Sea and those who call her home, you and your comrades must quell the rage within the Auspice's soul. Let's get in there and do that. We go! And here we go. Joining for this battle today, what a cool looking boss. Our tanks will be Kalzune, the chicken, Ziot, the rabbit, hang on. Healers today will be Mikkel and Synchronus, and fellow damage dealers will be Reja, Zephyriel, and Selenia, or Kalenia. Darn it, you've told me before and I've forgotten. Apologies. Everyone's looking great though, and I'm excited to do this very fun fight. All right, let's get in there and do the thing. To battle. Let's see how much of this fight I can remember. It's got some very fun mechanics to it.
Tenzin? Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you!
One particular move...
You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
So this is one move that's going to be a big problem for us. Eternal Flame spawns a bunch of these Phoenix adds, which then tether to all the damage dealers, myself included. We want to take these out, because if we leave them alive too long, they are going to do a really devastating AoE move, and if enough of them do that, that's a very easy party wipe. We also, as you can see, kill them all in the center here. These are Phoenixes. They can be revived by certain mechanics. But we are going to try to control the sort of center space to make it so that she's not able to revive them with this big Phoenix down move. So, you see all these pinions that have just fallen in the field. These plumes, rather. If we can take this one out, then this central area will not be hit by Phoenix down, and all of the adds in it will not be revived. If one of them's revived, it's not a huge deal, we just take them out again, but if we can keep things kind of handled in the center here, that's just one less thing we gotta worry ourselves about as we fight. Oop. Eternal Flame again. Let there be no more secrets between us. Ah, so that one's just gonna resummon the minions no matter what. Alright, time for a phase change. Notice the pattern on the floor. We are each going to stand in a circle now.
I could not bear to lose you again!
And we're going to face in whatever direction we are told, which is going to prevent these orbs from getting drawn in and reaching her, strengthening her following attack. This fight has some very fun gimmick mechanics that I enjoy. It has a very Simon Says energy. And not even just this mechanic. I guess this one's a little more DDR, huh? Yeah. I was too slow for that one. I never showed you my true form, did I?
Trust in me, my love. I will protect you, I promise! Please, my love. If only you would listen.
So, the arena done changed, as you've probably noticed. There is a hole in the center, which you can fall through, so don't. There is also no guardrails on the outside. That move there, Ruthless Refrain, is a knockback, as you just saw.
Why do you do this?
It's not too devastating of one, you just want to make sure you're not standing where you're going to get knocked off of something. Look out.
Hearken to my melody.
Credit to this voice actress, by the way. This character barely has any lines. They're basically all in this fight. But boy, she goes for it. So this is the other gimmick mechanic. See the Simon Says pattern on the floor, and also this phoenix flying around, which is tethered to her. As it passes these sigils, the associated panel of floor is going to kaboom. So you don't want to be standing there. But now that this one has kaboomed, we can stand here safely. While the rest of them go off.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to...
Granted, there might be some other mechanics we have to dodge on occasion. Still safer to be here than elsewhere. All right, that's another knockback. I appreciate that it's not a super far knockback, though. They could be a lot meaner with that knockback range. I feel like a lot of knockback mechanics really require you to be standing right near the edge if you want to get knocked just barely not quite off the other edge. I appreciate the generosity.
Tenzin, please!
Wearing her down, though. Okay, so with this, we're all targeted with these things, which we don't want to overlap too much. But then, we do all need to be standing underneath these things to stop them from hitting the floor and hurting everyone so bad. She's got a lot of moves that are, like, that cover a really wide range in front of her, so it's best practice to just not be in front of her at any point if you can avoid it.
Take it easy, did you? We will wake you from this madness.
Okay.
If it must be thus, then I'm glad. It is you. Hearken to my melody.
Now, it may not happen. Oh no, we're gonna see it. So, it's the Simon Says pattern again, but notice all of the sigils on the are on this outer edge now. And so we need to watch that to see what order are they gonna go off. Oh, they were on both edges. Fortunately, the fight ended before they could get hit, because I was probably out of position. What a fun fight, though, right? There's some fun, unique mechanics to it. We did it! Another very big thank you to my gang of helpers here, who did wonderfully. Thank you so very much for all of the good help and for making time, all of you. You're all entirely too kind. Thank you also for the very good fireworks. All right, back to the story. How long have I been blinded by this dream? This never-ending nightmare, unable to escape the memory of my beloved. I owe you an apology, brave warrior, as well as my life. In spite of the crude and disrespectful way I treated you, you nevertheless risked your life to free my heart from the terrible delusion which threatened to consume my soul. For the first time in centuries, I can reflect on my time with the man I so deeply loved without being driven to tears. Oh, please do. I was born into this world long, long ago, blessed with crimson plumage that shone like blazing fire in the sun. My form was likened to that of the firebird of legend, a being said to have the power to confer immortality upon mortal men. Thus was I pursued endlessly by those who yearned to conquer death. To them, to all mankind, I was no more than a means to an end. But Tenzin did not look upon me so. To him, I was so much more, and he would become everything to me. I probably should have mentioned earlier, actually, Tenzin is a pre-existing character. Tenzin is one of the main characters, or kind of like main companion side characters in Final Fantasy XI, actually. And they do not pull a lot from Final Fantasy XI in Final Fantasy XIV in terms of like characters and story. And the Tenzin in Final Fantasy XI is like his actual story and character and everything are completely different. He doesn't have a background being this associated with like these four lord figures or anything like that. He's just a samurai who looks kind of like this. But I do like that they've actually pulled some Final Fantasy XI characters in as like these legendary historical figures. I think that's kind of cool. Together we traveled, we four lords and the samurai. As comrades in arms, we journeyed the realm, feared at first by many for our nature. But Tenzin, dear Tenzin, would not close his heart to the people's plight. Not once did he hesitate to proffer a helping hand, and one by one, he won over those who once cursed and condemned us. Be there Oni in the east to slay, or revenants in the west to exorcise, without hesitation would he bid us rise to the challenge and leave grateful men and women to spread word of our deeds, word which, one day, reached the ears of a king. 'Twas by the king's order that we battled the mad auspice Koryu. Despite the many deeds to our credit, we four had only lived some few centuries, and were no match for our foe. Against the might of Koryu's raging Aramitama, my brothers and I were powerless. But Tenzin, brave Tenzin, he would not be denied. At the last, he unleashed a powerful technique, knowing full well that it would leave him exposed. I watched as the light left his eyes forever. Had I been the firebird of legend, had I been possessed of the power of immortality, had I been able to rescue him from death's obsidian abyss. And then, the cruelest irony of all, centuries later, when I finally went through the change, immortality became mine to command. I can but wonder if my bottomless grief for my beloved made it so. The power for which I yearned so desperately that day is now mine. If not to save him, then perhaps to save those for whom Tenzin died. For the memory of my beloved, for his legacy, I shall fight. Let us go and tell Genbu together. And, Dermin, thank you. Whew. I need some water. All that fire has me very thirsty. Be right back. Boy, that does help. Okay, we are recovered. Sorry for the wait, all of you. How did your battle with Suzaku go? Is she still being difficult? Well, let's see. You're so tall. Hang on. Long did I question why I'd been granted this power over life and death too late to save my beloved. Now I understand. To carry on Tenzen's legacy. To save those for whom he gave his everything. Thank you for helping me to realize this, Derman. You bet.
Is it true that in the West, Lalafels are hunted for sport? 'Twas a strange tale related to me from a fellow auspice who overheard foreign adventurers in Yangsha.
No, I don't think that's true. I think that you heard fibs. And I'm going to need the names of whoever it was that's been telling you these specific fibs. Oh ho, I see you're still in one piece. I gather all went well. Rest assured, elder brother, that I am myself once more. You certainly seem different from before, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Your face is the very picture of serenity, I'd say. How very perceptive you are, little one. Indeed, I have at long last come to accept the passing of my beloved Tenzen.
At long last, indeed. But perhaps such a prolonged periods of distress are unavoidable when one lives for more than 1,000 years. I myself am no stranger to melancholy.
No, my brother, that you most certainly are not. Oh, how forgetful of me. I have yet to see how Soroban's training's coming along. Soroban? Soroban! Oh my. Wait, I know this joke. Ahem. It's a firebird. No, it's an airship. Oh, no, genre-savvy urchin, for it is in fact. Soroban! I mean, I expected him in some capacity, but not like this.
No one told me that this training would lead to such a radical transformation. Look at me. I'm a giant tortoise. A tortoise!
I mean... I was wrong. This is the very definition of running a joke into the ground. There's no need for panic, Soroban. You probably just recited the words improperly and offered your body as a vessel for a great tortoise kami.
That seems to me like a very, very good reason for panic. Unless I will return to normal after a short while, like with the Tamate Bako of geomancy.
Well, I cannot say with any significant degree of certainty, but you might regain your original form by the time Derman quells Seryu's Arematama.
Might? Might? What is this might? Might is not an acceptable answer.
You must be exhausted from your battle with Suzaku, my friend. Perhaps it would be best if you returned to the land above and took a rest. He's right. I doubt we'll be needed here for some time, and Soroban seems to be in no mood for company. Be sure to contact me if anything comes up.
I had been meaning to return home, even if only briefly, but given my current state, that seems unlikely. If you could go in my stead and tell the Elder I am hale and healthy, I would be most grateful.
Can do. You are so large.
Have I truly become host to a great kami? What if it does not wish to leave?
That I could not tell you. You needn't worry about Soroban. He'll be fine. Eventually. Probably. Okay, well, I'll leave you two to your work. maybe say bye to you as well. Oh, my beloved, I pray you yet watch over me. And now I will go report back to Tamamizu. Bunshin, it's me again. Hello.
Ah, Dermin. All is well with our friends beneath Hell's Lid. What of Soroban? How goes his training?
He's a big turtle now. Like, more than normal.
He failed to perform a ritual correctly and was transformed into a tortoise, you say? But you are aware that... Oh, I see. This must be some manner of Eorzean joke. How very amusing. A pity we'll not see him again for the foreseeable future, but I will trust it is for the best, as before. He should take as much time as required. He is a tortoise, after all. No, it still makes no sense to me.
That's okay. It's barely a joke. You've learned the emote hum. Ooh, well, alright. I'm gonna sign off, but we do actually need to see hum. As I recall, the hum emote is quite cute. I don't know why we got it from this particular quest line, but yep. Very cute. Well, anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for the conclusion, probably, of the Four Lords storyline. Take care till then. Bye!